I played the game Geospots, a Carol Reed mystery, which I believe is the 14th in the series of Carol Reed games. You don't have to play these games in order, they are standalone. And what this game is about is Carol is asked to look into the case of a missing person who turns out to be into geocaching. So in the typical Carol Reed fashion, Carol traipses around the countryside and around the town trying to find this person, doing the typical actions of looking up codes, finding keys, opening locks, going to homes, businesses, etc., and various quests that are involved in solving the mystery. Let me try to play some short piece here, just to give you an idea how it plays. So the typical actions of going places, searching around, getting inventory objects, and either combining them or using them to progress. Let me try to get to another spot here. As in most of these Carol Reed games, the locals are playing the parts of the people in the game, and there are recurring characters from previous games. What's sort of unusual with this game is there's sort of racy undertones to the story. There's gambling involved. At one point you are introduced to a somewhat unpleasant character who was formerly running a brothel, and she's a not that good looking lady, if I'm able to say that, but it's a local, so it may be true. More than likely she has nothing to do with a brothel. She's just playing a piece in the game and picking up a small bit of fee for her services. As always, what is involved at the end, there's a baddie that you have to vanquish. And the way that you vanquish the baddie is you throw a bag of clay into the face of this baddie, who is somewhat a political character who's a baddie, and it's easy to solve the game. The game in total, if you know what you're doing, you can get through it in maybe 6 or 7 hours. If you run into any difficulty, as in all Carol Reed games, what you can do is you can consult the in-game hint system and solve it. I would grade this game a grade of B. It's a typical Carol Reed game. And it has the typical very colorful scenery, which are photograph slideshows that allow you to progress through the game. Sort of in this game, what you have in many of the cases are colorful cottages, as in this one. Just sort of to give you an idea of how the game presents itself. I would recommend these types of games, particularly if you have nothing to do and are a fan of the Nancy Drew series. And of course, I've said before about Nancy Drew I would call it a long shot if ever there's going to be a new Nancy Drew game. So, as there are a number of these Carol Reed games, there's something that usually is along the same lines and same audience for Nancy Drew games. So Carol Reed is an alternative type of game. What I will do, I will try to find new games, and I'll play them if I can, and I'll let you know what I think of them. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you're able to catch my next video.